We're continuing our conversation after our show, and one of the things we touched upon numerous times are documentaries, films that we have that have been produced nationally, have received a lot of international attention. I'm wondering, what do we have that is completely locally produced and also featuring local survivors that has had the same type of effect, where we've been able to really spawn additional collections, more engagement, things like that? Barbara, I'll start with you.
Well, one of the survivors that I've worked with is a gentleman named Henry Kronberg, and Henry came to Las Vegas back in the 60s, and his story about how he even came here is a Holocaust survivor story, which I won't go into now, but we fast forward in life, and a few years ago he contacted me and he said he was ready to really document his story. But he also wanted to do it in the context of the Warsaw Ghetto Remembrance Garden that is at Temple Beth Shalom here in Las Vegas. So he told the history behind the Warsaw Ghetto in this 30-minute documentary that started out as just an interview of him telling me his story, and became his story and another survivor, local survivor, Ben Lesser, and also documents how Temple Beth Shalom has this remembrance garden and why it's there, and hopefully to get more people to come. And I'll shameless plug here is you can actually see this 30-minute film on our website for the Jewish Project.
And I'm wondering, what kind of impact did that film have? Did you see an increase in engagement, increase in attendance at the garden, more collections?
I can't speak to the attendance at the garden, but I think that's a really good question. But I can say that when we did advise the public that the film was available to watch on the website, we saw the numbers shoot up. So maybe they'll shoot up again.
Esther, anything else? We have other documentaries, other productions that we have had a similar impact.
Yeah, the survivor community did a series of post-Holocaust interviews a couple of years ago. And it started actually in Sun City Anthem with the TV station that we have there, which is about this big, but it's wonderful. It's a fully equipped TV studio. And we started interviewing the survivors that lived in Anthem. And then the survivors that lived in Summerlin wanted to do it also. So we expanded, and that was too big for Sun City Anthem television. So we started working with UNLV's film department. And we did these post-Holocaust interviews. I started with, where were you at the end of the war and what was the state of your health, to what brought you to Las Vegas. And those raw interviews were given to the editing students that Professor Brett Levner has, and these kids integrated this into a short documentary. And we can use little segments of it, or we can use the whole piece. My favorite segment that we use is, what is it like for you to be an American? And that is so powerful. One of the survivors says, I still can't get used to when somebody calls me sir. Because when you're in a concentration camp, you're nothing. You don't even have a name. It's so powerful. Didn't cost a penny. It was a win-win for everybody. The students learned about the Holocaust. They have their documentary. They can cite that as some of the work that they did. It's now part of the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum collection. It's part of your collection. As I said, didn't cost a penny, and it was a win-win, everybody's happy kind of project that will live on.